never stops.
Let's try this again. All right, guys, welcome back to the Off the Rails podcast. My name is Miguel. I'm your host. I am so excited to introduce my new guests here today. But before we get to them, I want to make sure that you guys are understanding the assignment, if you want to say. So when you guys get a chance, go ahead and subscribe and like to our page. Also, comment below on if this video helped you out. Because our mission here at Off the Rails for our podcast anyways is going to be to give back to you guys, help you guys along your journey. Maybe say something that's going to help you, bring a person that's going to help you along your journey, give you some motivation, give you a different perspective in life. And if you do like this video, like I said, like or subscribe. Also, share it. Send it to your friend, send it to your buddy, send it to your mama, your grandma, your auntie, your relative, your doggy, whoever needs to hear the message, someone who needs to maybe click on what we're talking about here, send it to them. So without further ado, my man here, he is an entrepreneur, father of 6, raw dog, health. We're on a health journey together. This guy is very motivating to me, and he has a truly inspiring story. Without further ado, Mr. Tony Gibbs, man.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes.
Dude, I'm so excited to really chop it up with you today, and just kind of get into your mindset and what your journey is and what it has been. Because when I first met you, I was like, dang, man, that's a big dude, bro. And the last time I gave you a big hug, I was like, oh, what's up, Tiny? And you're like, huh? You're like, what's up, little guy? And you're like, little guy. I was like, you never been called little guy.
Right.
So you've always been a, bigger dude,
Always
right?
been big, bro. Always been big, yep.
So, tell me, where you begin at? Where does, I feel like today we have so much we can talk about, but I feel like we should definitely talk about, the health journey for us.
Yeah.
You mostly. Because how long you been on the journey for now?
So officially 6 years now. Yep.
6 years. Damn.
Yep. It's been a roller coaster for sure.
So what was that clicking moment for you?
So 2019, January 19th, was definitely my clicking moment. And I know that date because I woke up and I had a horrible chest pain. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cover the mic. Horrible chest pain, and I thought that was it, bro. I thought I was having a heart attack. And
how old are you?
Right now,
no, how old were you?
29.
29.
28, yeah, because it was January, so 28, yep. But, yep, so ended up going to the hospital there in Hillsdale, and probably the most embarrassing day of my life, because when they're worried about you having something like a heart condition like that, right, they have to have the meds to a specific dose, right? Mm-hmm. They don't want to give you too much, too less. So the nurse, I'll admit it, she was a really pretty nurse, which made it even more embarrassing to me. Mm-hmm. She's like, hey, I need you to stand on the scale. I got to get your weight, right? I was like, all right. So I stand on it, completely maxed it out. I knew it was going to max it out too. And that's what I was worried about, right? Because I go into doctor's offices and I'm like, I don't know my weight. And it's been like that. It had been like that for a long time. Right?
Just because the scales that you were operating with, they just don't operate.
They just didn't go that high. Yeah.
So
it was like the old school scales, they'd slide up, and I'm like.
So when was the last time you knew your weight? Prior to that?
High school.
High school. Okay.
High school. Yeah. Yeah. I think 11th grade. I think even in 12th grade, I was maxing out the scale.
Yeah.
So yeah, always been a big boy. So, they're sitting there, they're getting me around, and the girl's like, all right, well, I got to find a scale that I can weigh you on. So they're sitting there scrummaging around Hillsdale Hospital, and she comes back 15 minutes later. She's like, all right, come with me. So literally, to try to get me as close to weight as possible, right, they had me pretty much stripped down. They put me in one of those gowns, and they take me to the basement of Hillsdale Hospital. And she's like, all right, I need you to stand on the scale. Now, mind you, the basement is literally for laundry purposes. It was their laundry scale that they weigh their sheets and their blankets on to make sure it's not heavy enough for their washer. And sorry, because I could still remember this day like it was yesterday. So I jump on it, and I weighed 576 pounds. And it was a lot. I mean, it took me back. I'm like, dude, how? Because I was still mobile. Right? You hear people who get up to close to 600 pounds and they're sitting on a couch all day and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I never thought I got that big. Because I could remember when I was younger, right? I'd go to the doctors, and when the scale was still going, I'm like, oh, I'm at 320. I'm good. I ain't gonna get no bigger than that. I'm active. I'm in sports. I'm in football and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my mom, God bless her, she always tried helping me lose weight. Right, bought me every workout video that you can imagine, bro. From Richard Simmons to Tybo, all the weights that I probably could have had like a full scale gym, bro. My mom bought me so much stuff, but I just didn't have the mindset back then to get into it. Right, like I'm like my buddies, small petite dudes, ripped. Right. They're over here eating pizza after pizza, and I'm like, man, I want to enjoy that. I'm young, I want to enjoy it. So yeah, it was a big clicker, right? Luckily, no heart issues, right? So they checked me all out. I was good, and it clicked.
It's almost like a sign.
It was.
It was like, all right, dude, like check engine light, ching. You ever had that check engine light just come on, and then like 2 minutes later, like that fucking thing goes off. Like, all right, no, we're good. But like, obviously, you gotta look into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Before it comes to problem.
That's a big check engine light too, bro.
That's exactly pretty much what happened to you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that day, bro, I got a hold of my little sister, and I was talking to my fam at the time, and I'm like, I got to change my life. Yeah. I have to. So I just started walking. I mean, nothing on like Forrest Gump or anything like that, but dude, I just started walking, man. I got me a Fitbit tracker. That's what it felt like, bro.
Wore out the shoes and everything, bro.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, seriously.
We were talking about that actually before.
We were, yeah. I remember one day, so just after I'd started my journey, like now it became almost obsessive, right? I bought a Fitbit, and I'm like,
you have to though.
You do. I'm like,
you have to.
You have to want to make this change, right? You have to have that drive and and that willpower.
The word is obsessive though. You have to almost obsess over it because if you want results, and I mean, I feel like it's anything in life though. Like anything you're like really trying to like get into or like get fixed is like you got to obsess over it. So that's a good word to use though. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, and it did become obsessive, right? And I just kept setting new goals for myself, right? And I'm not talking about like, in a month I'm gonna walk this many. I'm like, nah, man, I can do this.
Yeah.
There's nothing holding me back. I'm gonna do it. I remember the most steps I walked in one day. I think it was like 62,000 steps. It was 26 and some odd miles. Because I told myself, I was like, I'm going to wake up, and the first thing I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to start walking. I mean, I used to, we go to Nutrition Village all the time, right? See John and Maria, great folks. We had one of those in Hillsdale, Healthies of Hillsdale. Mm-hmm. And it was on the complete opposite side of town. I lived in this little trailer park at the time, and there was a beautiful trail going through Hillsdale, and it would literally lead me almost right to their front door. So I'm like, that's what I'm starting doing, right? Yeah, it was great. So I just started walking, and I just kept walking. And my sister told me up one day, she's like, hey, I want you to meet some people. So she introduced me to my friends at Healthy of Hillsdale, Sierra, her brother, her mom, Lisa Stewart, which is like huge up in the Herbalife business, press team, stuff like that. And these people were like, hey, you know what? Here's a shake on us today. I want you to try it. So I tried it, and I loved it, right? Yeah. And then they were like, come back, they want me to come back. So I came back the next day, and they were like, all right, we want you to try one of these 3-day trials. And I was like, sweet, okay. So I tried one of these 3-day trials. And in 3 days, doing this product and sticking to their weight loss plan, I lost 17 pounds in 3 days.
Damn!
17 pounds in 3 days.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. It was like the most that they had ever seen. They were like, but it was just because I had so much to lose, right? I mean, just thinking about it. Yeah. Sierra's brother, Bryce, was at that club at the time, and he goes, can you do me a favor? I was like, yeah. He's like, download MyFitnessPal. And I was like, all right. So I did. Great calorie counting app. And he's like, I want you to do me a favor and type in what you normally would have ate on like a regular day before you started losing weight. I was like 9,000 calories is what I would take in, which is what most people take in like 5 days. What I take in now in like 10 days, So it was just crazy. I'm like, wow. Because you just sit there and I'd be bored and I'd eat, or like the jobs that I had, right? Like me and you discussed the other day, we did. We've been in sales, and you just sit there, sitting there waiting for the customer. You get bored and you just eat.
Eating some Cheetos. Yes. Drinking an iced coffee.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, a donut. Oh, man. And the Snickers. I was talking about my dog about this. And the little donut holes. Man, those little Twinkies, man, that was the best life ever.
Yeah.
At the time, you thought that
Exactly.
was.
Exactly.
At the time, you think back like those are you know enticing to you,
Yeah.
It's a quick fix, and like everyone's doing it. Everyone eat Twinkies.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So how long before you started walking on your own till you found Herbalife?
It was about a month. About 1 month.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
About
okay.
1 month. Yep. So yeah, it was in February of that year that I had found Herbalife.
So you did three-day trial on that boy.
Yeah, I did 3-day trial.
17
And then
pounds, dude.
17
that's crazy.
pounds. And then I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta invest, right? Like I'm already investing my time into like the walking. And that was literally it. That's all I was doing was walking.
Plus, if you really think about it, so I always get this kickback from Herbalife. I've been on Herbalife since September last year.
Okay.
And so like going on 9 months now. And I'll tell you, dude, it's changed my life. 100% changed my life. Changed like just feeling my body differently, like how I'm feeling, dude. I could run fucking circles right now, just so you know. Yeah. Like around my daughters, and they can't keep up with me, bro.
I love that.
And like that's the thing with Herbalife has changed my life. So I'm glad that like, that happened for you. Now, what the thing is, we're talking about cost though, right? So how much money do you think it's going to cost you to fuel your body 9,000 calories? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. People say it's too expensive. It's not, bro. Break down how much money you're spending on a day. Okay, let me tell you. Not since I opened my restaurant, but when I was working sales, dude, Tim Hortons for breakfast, right there is $8. You get McDonald's for lunch, another $13, $12 at the time, right? And then you go for dinner, get Bob Evans, something like that. You don't $20 right there because you want to do it right, I mean, you're up to like $45, $50. Don't tell me that Herbalife's too expensive for you. Bro, I'm sorry to tell you that.
And that was it. That was kind of like a click for me because I'm like looking at this meal, right? And I felt good. I mean, like Herbalife almost felt like I was cheating on it, right? I mean, the shakes are amazing. The T-bombs are great. They have amazing flavor. But it had kind of brought me to that, right? When he had me put my calories in. That was an average day. An average day was 9,000. Yeah. I know there was days that I took in way more than that. I remember one time I used to eat my feelings like that. And it's still a very hard thing to me not to do that.
I figured that out recently.
Yeah, it is, right? So you got to find a way.
I'm an emotional eater. I never even thought I was.
Yeah. I remember one time I was mad. I had a girl break up with me. I was probably like 24, 25 years old when this happened. And I remember the first thing I did was I drove, after she had broke up with me, I had drove to Taco Bell. I ate $45 worth of Taco Bell. I'm not even joking with you.
It's almost like she broke up with me. I went to the bar and got freaking hammered. You know what I'm
saying?
But
I never really found comfort in drinking. It was food. It was always food. Yeah, like $45 worth. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy.
So how long did you do the Herbalife? Like you just picked it up right away then?
Yeah. I mean, like once I found out the 3-day trial worked, I'm like, man, I love the way this stuff tastes.
Yeah.
Man, I've got tons of videos like on my Facebook and stuff like that. I used to go live, there's all these people that I knew and my friends and family that love me, right? I mean, they love me for me, but I was like, man, I've gotten really big and, if my friends and family love me like this, I need to make sure I love them back. And I need to do this, not just for me, but so I'm around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was just eye-opening. So yeah, started doing Herbalife every day, 2 shakes a day, 1 meal, two nice protein snacks. I stuck to their plan. And like my first year, I dropped 150 pounds.
Dang.
Yeah, just doing Herbalife. It was crazy. Yeah. I mean.
Were you working out at this time too?
Walking. That was it. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't spending money on a gym membership, nothing like that. Just walking. I walked so much, like I said, that one day that I walked like the 60-some thousand steps. I think I almost drove my buddy nuts because I walked so much in his garage. We were out there working on cars and stuff like that. Like I was just BSing with him, just like we have right now. And I walked so much in his garage. I walked a footpath on his garage door. It was clean. Like you could see where I just kept walking. And he's like, bro, I don't think my floor is done that.
Did people like say, dude, you're a little obsessed with this?
No, I don't think I ever had. No, and I think everybody that I had at that time that was there, they were there. They were 100%. They were like, man, this is awesome. But they were seeing it. They were seeing me. I was big, but I was never like really a downer, right? I was always like a closet downer, right? Like you could meet me and everybody's like, oh, you're the nicest person I've ever met, you know? And,
I'm gonna ask you a personal question though. Is that internally, externally, or both?
Like, was I nice internally and externally?
Yeah. Like to yourself anyway?
Like to myself? No. No. Absolutely not. I hated myself.
Right.
I did. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, like, I was extremely depressed, but that's where food came in.
Right.
You know? But once I started switching, right, and I became more active, I mean, it came down to, like, we were having walking parties. There were like 10 of us walking.
That's
it was
sweet,
so
dude.
awesome. Yeah, it was a
That's
big
awesome.
group.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd meet up with my friends at Herbalife afterwards. At the time, I was working for OSL. I think I told you about that, right? Selling cell phones.
Yep.
I'd get out, take off. I'd start walking. I'd meet up with my group of people that I'd walk with, and we'd walk all of Hillsdale.
That's sweet.
It was awesome. Yeah. I mean, we're talking miles. And it was just good because you had like that camaraderie.
Right.
You know?
So where do you go from there?
So after Herbalife, right?
So you did it for...
I did Herbalife for about a year and a half.
Okay.
I don't want to say I ever got rid of Herbalife though, right? I just stopped doing the shakes, okay? I'd still go in. I mean, I still go in to this day, right? I'm an Herbalife distributor to this day because I love the product. I know it works, right? But for me, it got a little costly for what I had now figured out why it was working.
Gotcha.
Right? So I just wanted to change up a little bit. I went from doing 2 shakes a day and my 2 protein snacks and everything like that, and it kind of clicked to me that I'm like, all right, this is a calorie deficit. And I really, like, once again, I obsessed, right? I was like, man, I love to cook. What can I do to get rid of this shake and maybe feel fuller or in my mind? Because I'm a visual eater, 100%.
Right. Yeah,
bro.
it's all mine with the shake
100%,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm not going to get filled from that shake because your mind tells you that you're...
Yeah, I'm like, it's a shake, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, how did I get full from that, right?
Yeah.
For a long time, a year and a half, I got over that because I was like, nah, I'm doing this to better myself. But eventually I don't want to say bored, but I just got to this point where I'm like, how can I transition and keep doing this? And it worked. Like I just started, once again, I stayed on that MyFitnessPal app, right? I just started counting my calories, stayed in that deficit, and I was eating more greens, more veggies, higher proteins, right? Leaner meats, stuff like that, and just getting in, and I was feeling fuller.
Yeah.
And I did that, bro, for like forever. And then
and you're still dropping in at this time too, like during this time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was just going from one thing to another. That was it, right? So it wasn't difficult.
Yeah.
I actually find it a little more enjoyable because I love to cook. I did, and making something out of nothing, was great. So, yeah, I transitioned to that, and then I think the next big turn in my life. So I'm talking to you about all the good right now, right? On this journey, it ain't all been good. Okay, it ain't.
It's not easy.
It ain't easy. It's been 6 years. It's been.
You gotta put the work in, bro.
You have to put the work in.
You have to put the work in.
I mean,
you have to put the work in. Just so you know, it's not. There's no easy magic pill. It's like boom, done. Like we're talking about the good stuff, like you said, but the hard work is where the magic happens.
Yeah,
it's not just in the overnight results. Like, I'm gonna show you a picture here shortly of him. You're like, damn. But at the end of the day, that's work. That's like the grind we're talking about.
And the photo that he's going to show you too, just to highlight on that, is literally the photo when I had just started my 3-day challenge. The bigger photo is me starting my 3-day challenge in Herbalife in 2019. But what I mean by when I'm talking about it gets hard. I'm not talking about physically, right? Yes. Is it physically demanding at times? Absolutely. You want to get gains and stuff like that. And I'm still not where I'm still a big boy, right? I woke up this morning, I'm 368. But to think about it, that's 210 pounds down from what I used to be, and that's a lot. I mean, that's an average man right there,
That's like another person.
Think about it. So like, I'm not hating on myself. I still got a lot to lose.
So what's your end?
What's my goal?
Yeah.
265 but lean.
Okay.
265 but lean. So I got 100 pounds, but realistically I got like 140 because I want to put muscle back on.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to do it. I mean, I've been doing it, sticking to it, 75 hard. That's been a new one too.
Man.
Yeah, been great.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, go on it.
So 75 hard. We've been doing 75 hard together. What day are you on right now?
I'm on 14 today.
On 14 today.
2
Okay.
weeks.
So I'm on day 43, and I'll tell you, dude. Let's just break it down, okay? Because this excites me because this is the first time I actually talk about 75 hard like publicly or like.
All right.
And it's crazy how like we even came along this journey together. It was crazy. So what 75 hard is? It's 75 days straight. It was launched by entrepreneur, MF CEO. I'm gonna introduce him like he's part of the show today. All right. MF CEO stands for motherfucking CEO, entrepreneur, motivational speaker. The guy has been through hell and back, and he has taken me along his journey, and he has pushed me along so much in my life and in my own business and my own health journey. He launched a program called 75 Hard, and his name is Anya Frisella. If you guys want to change your life, go check out Anya Frisella. He's not for everybody, but I don't think I'm not for everyone either, though. So you know what I'm saying? He keeps it 100% real. His podcast is called Real AF, Real as Fuck, because he gives it to you how you got to give it to you.
100%.
And for me, what I've learned about myself is I am hard on myself internally. Like I would never speak to. I've been changing the last 6 months. I would say since like the new year, I've been really working on that. Because I feel like we should talk to ourselves the way we would want to be talked to. Like if you had a boss at work, like, come on, get the fuck up and go over there and fucking, walk. I need you to walk. Let's go, you fat fuck. Pretty much that's what I talk to myself about. Or you have a boss like, yo, Tone, come on, baby, you can do this. I got some people coming with you. You can do the journey yourself. Mm-hmm. Push through it, man. Come on, baby, you got this. But internally, my internal talk was like, get the fuck up and do it. Stop being a little bitch about it, and etc. Now, Andy gives that to me because that's how he talks to you. Yes. Because that's how he talks to himself. So he developed this program called 75 Hard, and what is it? 75 days straight. You do one 45-minute workout indoor, one 45-minute workout outdoor, 1 gallon of water, read 10 pages of a self-development book. You also have no alcohol, and you follow a diet, pretty much. Yep. Diet your choice. Now, here's the beauty of this. It's like golf. Like you're doing this on your own. You're not doing it with anyone else. Like it's something that you just do. And honestly, I would tell myself before I did it, I don't think it was possible for me to do it. I would tell myself that. Man, that's too hard, bro. A gallon of water, man, that's going to be, dude, 2 workouts. Like, I was doing like, at the time before I started, I was doing like 30-minute workouts, like maybe five times a week, 30-minute workouts. But when it came down to it, it was something I've always inspired to do. And I'm going through something personal, and I'm just trying to like really figure life out. And like I was sitting at breakfast with my brother. It literally was like almost 2 months ago now. And no, I don't even know the dates, whatever. We're at 43, so 45, month and a half ago. Yeah. Call it. Yeah. And I was just talking about like, how I was feeling and like, just really opening up to him. And I don't know where I was like, I'm going to do 75 hard, bro. And then he's like, okay. I was like, no, I'm going to do 75 hard. I was like, I'm going to start May 1st. I told myself, I'll start May 1st. It's always like, that's where the fuck up is that one, like, we're going to start this date. And I know I was going against what Andy says. Andy says, you make that decision, you say it, you start like immediately. And I was like, May 1st, because I had a lot of work lined up for that week. And normally I like pre-plan my whole week. And I'm like, I know I'm going to start May 1st. So that night I call my buddy up, Zach George, which he's going to be a guest on here in the show. We're going to do a 75-day end here. We're going to end the 75 days here. That's my goal. Just in case you're watching, George, my man, come on, Betty. So we're gonna do that here. But I called him up. I was like, "Yo, dude, he's done 75 hard before, or he attempted to." And we were talking about like with a process. And I was like, "I think I'm gonna start it May 1st." She's like, "Dude, let's just start it tomorrow. I'll start it with you." I was like, "What? For real?" It was kind of that moment you have, like, "Damn, dude, I'm not alone in this, bro."
Yes.
And like that's where like the community kind of like clicked in for me. It's like, okay, I can't do this alone. My brother's been helping me tremendously. along my health journey, and I appreciate him for all his like input and like just his grinding, checking in on me, making sure I haven't fallen off the wagon. Like he texted me yesterday, "Yo, what's up, bro? Where you at? Send me some pics." You know, so I'm like sending him some body pics because I don't really like flex on that, but like I mean, it's coming in hard. Dude. I'm telling you, I sent you that video last night of my arms. I'm like I said, if you turn a certain way, like you can see them beefing up. You know,
That's awesome.
So I'm excited for that, but it's not about the muscles, it's not about the physical. It's all about the mental.
100%.
Workouts are all mental. When I started working out in 2021, I started my journey. I cut alcohol out, and I started working on like no option mentality with Andy Frisell, one of his other programs he has.
Yep.
It was all mental for me. So I'm in the gym just pressing, and like I got these young cats next to me, and they're like just going hard. I'm like, you guys are doing it for the physical. I'm doing all mental. Because when you take the mental idea of what you're actually doing off of what you're doing, you can do it. Because your body can actually push so much weight. But the minute you're like, oh man, this is so heavy, you're going to drop the weights.
Yep.
It almost goes back to what we talked about with Pete Rendina and the manifestation stuff, is that like your mind is always right. And I've been teaching my daughters this. Each week, my daughters go on one walk with me. We do the 45-minute outdoor together, no matter what. Rain, shine, that's the other thing we got to add to it. Yep. Rain, shine, sleet, tornadoes, I don't care. You got to do an outdoor workout. I probably walked in the rain at least like 5 times or so since I've started the journey. But I'll tell you, those are the days where like I'm the proudest.
Yes.
Because ain't no one out here walking in the rain, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But so I started the journey with Zach. Me and Zach were doing it. And like, it was a personal thing once again. It wasn't something I really wanted to like talk about with other people. It was like, I'm going to do this for me because I don't want people to think that I'm boasting. Like, I'm doing 75 hard. You see that? Yeah, I'm man. I didn't want that. I wanted to really do it for myself and for my own mindset and push myself through this. Right? But there's also a small little seed in me, right? And this is why I'm going to give you props right now. There's also a small little seed in me that says, fuck, if I fuck it up, no one really is going to know that I was doing 75 hard. And I only got to day 15. And we just chalked it up and kept moving our lives. No one's going to know. So no one's going to ask me about it. And that was really the big thing.
Yeah.
Then one day, this cat comes in, right? Like within, like I was on. What day did we start together? Was it like day 5 or 6?
You were a weekend. You were 1 weekend.
Okay, I was day 7.
Day
right?
7. Yep.
He walks in the shake shop. You know, we're chopping it up. I'm just drinking my shake, doing what I'm doing. You know, he comes and is like, "Hey, bro, what did you say to me? I don't even remember."
I mean, we were just kind of talking about it.
75
like,
hard.
Yeah,
we were talking. He says,
about
"I think I want to do 75 hard," and I'm like, I smile, and I probably had like the creme brulee float on my mustache, like tell me more about the 75 hard program, Tony. I'm like, what does this guy know about this? Let's see what he knows. And you're like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, bro, I'm on day 7, dude. And you're like, what? I was like, let's start a group, bro.
I loved it.
And then next thing you know, John was like, count me in. And John was like, for real, John? That, you know?
Yep.
Because once again, the only person I talked to was John about it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm doing the 75 hard thing. Like, this is what it is. And then John kind of looked at me like I was crazy too a little bit. And I was like, you know, I don't know, man, but this is what I need to do right now. So then you came on board with me, and then John came on board with me.
Yep.
And I got to give you mad props though, dude. Because this is there's a couple of things happening with 75 hard, okay? And I posted this in our group yesterday. I posted, here's the breakdown. So your two workouts that you do, indoor, outdoor, those are going to be for your physical body, right? So you're working out your muscles, you're losing weight, things like that. Then you have the 10 pages of reading, and that's for your mind. Sharpening your mind, getting to know new ideas. Like dude, I've never read one book my whole entire life. I'm on my 2nd book. I'm about to finish.
Love that.
And I just ordered my 3rd one, Relentless by Tim Grover.
Yep, by Tim.
That came in yesterday. So I almost did my normal Miguel. I was like, all right, dude, let's just put this one down and go to here. I'm like, no, bro. This is where 75 hard sharpened me up. It's like, no, you're gonna finish this.
Yep.
You have to start what you finish.
Yes.
That's the other thing with the 75 days, right?
Yep.
It's discipline. It's
100%.
all discipline. It's you get up, you do it, whether the circumstances are what you want or not.
Yep.
Because that's where the motivation and discipline are 2 fucking different things.
Yep.
2 different things. I've always wanted discipline. right? You always say, I think I need discipline because I'm my own boss who's going to tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm the head of the household. I'm the man of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to tell me what to do and other than myself? And I feel like discipline is self-discipline. I needed that.
Yeah.
So 10 pages reading for the mind. The gallon of water. You also drink a gallon of water. That's to fuel your body.
Yep.
Right? And then you have what was the last one we talked about?
I think you put on there like just holding yourself accountable.
Holding
right?
yourself
like,
accountable.
Yeah, like doing that.
Yeah, doing that. Like
Yep.
every day, bro, I wake up 5:25. That's my
Yeah.
wake up call.
Yep.
And I got to change it because my daughters are out of school now. So like I got to shift that because like it's all shifts. I haven't made that transformation yet.
Gotcha.
Because like they start on Monday. But prior to this, 5:25, get up. I do my 45-minute workout. And when I'm working out, here's the key, bro. I'm not listening to jamming out to like, sweet home Alabama. We ain't doing that no more. Because like we're feeding our minds, our souls, dude. I'm listening to like Denzel, Tony Robinson, some Annie stuff, like motivational stuff. And it's out there. If you put motivational video or whatever you want to call it, it's gonna come up.
Yeah.
And like it's transformational.
100%.
Because like it's really affirmations in the morning, bro.
Yes.
They're affirmations in the morning. You can do this. You can get through this. Times are hard. They're gonna be hard. You can push through this. And like you're feeding that into your body, bro.
You have to.
By the time I get my 45-minute done in my home gym, I'll put a home gym in my house. I get done with that, jump in the shower, get ready for the day. And by 6:15, 6:30, I'm getting my girls up for school and we're rocking it out.
I love it.
And like that's the thing. Before I do anything, I make my bed, make sure my bed is made, make sure my clothes are put away. And it's crazy to me, dude. Because before it's like, fuck it, I'll throw that, I'll get that later on. Like, but at the end of the day, it's forming me in a better Miguel. But what I want to say is, I give you mad props, bro, because after what happened, tell us what happened with you.
It was day 12. I was 12 days in, and just a shit day. It was a horrible day, right? Old Tony feelings came back. And it happens. And this is what I was talking about earlier, about it's not all good, right? You will come across things, okay? And sometimes you do give in, but this is where you have to reset, okay? Do not let one bad day turn into a bad week, into a bad month, into a bad year, because it is super easy to go down that path. So with 75 hard, right? If you miss one thing, I don't even care if it's you missed taking your photo. You could have took your photo. If you didn't post it, you missed it. Yeah. All right? Because that's the whole point of Andy, right?
Yeah.
Is to hold yourself accountable. You miss one thing and you're back. I missed my 45-minute outdoor workout that day. It was late. I didn't feel like doing it. I was just down. Next day comes around. I owned it. You have to own it, bro. You have to own it, bro. You own your shit.
Because guess what? No one could have known. Me, John, TJ, anyone. We just wouldn't have known. You would have clicked the number and you've been cool.
Yeah.
But that's where self-accountable is, bro. That's where the accountability comes in. And like I got mad respect for you for doing
that, bro. I appreciate that.
But continue. Tell them what happens next.
Yeah. So next day comes around. I told him right in the group. I was like, nope, it's day one again for me, boys. I was like, and it happens. Like you have to. So,
dude,
but it was a reset.
Yeah. I called you. I was like, listen, bro. Shit happens, bro.
It does.
But you gotta get back on the horse. Because I was concerned that you was gonna like stop.
Drop off. Yep. Nope. And you can't, man. You can't do it. If you want to change, if you know you have to change, you got to do it. You can't do it for anybody else. You have to do it for yourself. And that is the one thing I have learned, right? Now, for me, another big inspiration, right? Besides my family and my loved ones, obviously, this was something that I came across that really, really threw me for a loop. So roughly about 4 years ago, found out I was going to have a baby boy, right? Come to find out, you lose enough weight, your testosterone levels go up. I never thought I was going to have kids. Mm-hmm. We found out my beautiful fiance was pregnant with my first, and it's kind of like an eye opener. And I'm like, oh, what the heck? So I kept going. I got down, man, like to, I think at that time, probably about right where I'm at right now, about 360, right? Mm-hmm. And then boom, here comes my baby boy. We were in the hospital for 2 days, nothing drastic, but a lot had changed at that time. So I lived in Hillsdale when we found out she was pregnant. And then I moved over here, right, which I was like born and raised in this area originally. And so we moved over here and she was already here. So I started a new job. I started working at Williams Brothers right here in Dundee, right? Car dealership. Never took on a car dealership before in my life. I've always been in sales. My mom always said I could sell whatever, you know, if I put my mind to it, right? Manifest it. Yeah. That's what you got to do. I mean, that's the big thing about it. And I started this job, man, and all these guys do is eat out, right? I mean, you're making good money and you're sitting there all day. You don't want to leave the dealership because you can miss out on a car sale. Yeah, man. I mean, the frosting, you know, and like pizza parties, monthly like buffets that we'd have and stuff like that. And I just fell back into it. I was good. I was good for like the first 6 months at this dealership. So you gained back? How much did you gain? Oh, bro, I went back up to 480. It was nothing.
Damn. How long did it take you?
To go from like 360 to 480. I think it was March when I found out. So let's see here. I started like a year. Yeah. I took 150 pounds off my first year and I put 120 pounds back on. Damn. Just within like the first year being back at the dealership. Yeah. And then, I mean, it was a lot. It was a roller coaster, right? Roller coaster emotions, right? We just had a kid. I'm starting a new job. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on. And then I was like, nope, I can't do it. I got back on my calorie deficit, right? Now, mind you, I was still doing my T-bombs, okay? I love those. I love my Herbalife T-bombs. Yeah. But I got back into my calorie deficit. I dropped a bunch of weight again. I think I got down to about 420, and this was in, what is it? So I did keto all last year, so the year before, so what, 23? Yeah, end of 23. I was like, my work was like, hey, a whole bunch of my buddies at work had gotten the gastric bypass surgery. And they were like, dude, you're a perfect candidate. What are you like, just over 4? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I've been lower than this. And they were like, yeah, we know and stuff. But they were like, you know, maybe you should look into getting this. You'll keep it off, right? You get the surgery done, you'll keep it off. You've got the mindset already. So I was like, all right, I'll look into it. Went up to Jackson, and I was sitting there talking to a nutritionist, and I was talking to the doctor about getting it. And he's like, man, you know, like, the nutritionist was like, well, I don't really need to tell you. Like, clearly you know how to do it, right? I mean, doing Herbalife, right? Meal planning, all of that. I enjoyed it. And I'm sitting there going through it. And she's like, man, you could probably tell me some snacks I could tell other people about. And I was like, yeah, I could. I think after having that conversation with her, it clicked to me. I just started, once again, obsessing, right? I'm like, why am I going to have this damn surgery done? I've done this before. You know, am I taking it? Now look, I'm 100%, I am not hating on anybody who's ever had this surgery done, right? Sometimes you've done everything you feel like you could do, and you feel like you have to have it. I am not hating on a single person who ever gets the surgery done, because I was right there. I was so close to doing it. But
do you feel like that was like the easy way out?
So that was 100% it, right? For you, so praise Andy, right? God, it's bitch voice all day. It was bitch voice, bro. That bitch voice kicked in. It was bitch voice all day, man. I'm like, man, you know what? Like, maybe I could do this, right?
So let's explain what the bitch voice is. So you have a bitch voice and a boss voice. Boss voice is like, this is what needs to get done. Then you have a bitch voice that's like, well, maybe you should start tomorrow. Maybe I should lock this door though because someone just pulled in.
Yeah, you're good. Not open, just chilling.
Everybody's chilling. Come on in for the podcast.
Talking about life.
So what are your takes on 75 hard? So you, like I said, I commend you, bro, because you got up the next day and you jumped back on the journey. So you were on day 12?
I was on day 12.
Okay, what day are you on right now?
I'm on day 14 as of this morning.
Okay.
So now I'm like a month into it, right? But I'm only 2 weeks.
Right. Technically.
Right? Yeah, I'm only 2 weeks. No, it ain't no technically. I'm 100% only 2 weeks. I bitched out. I did not do what I needed to do.
See, for me, I ain't stopping. Day 76 comes around, I'm going to go right into phase 1. So there's different phases to it. 75 hard is like just the start of it. And then after that, it kind of adds a little more tasks that you have to do and things like that. But for me, man, it's life changing. My business is through the roof. It's picked up more than it ever has.
I love it.
My discipline has been crazy. I do got to switch my routine around a little bit right now, having my daughters be out of school for the summer.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, like my house is in order. My finances are in order. My mind's in order. I feel great. I'm getting my physical workout in. I mean, my confidence level just internally feels amazing. Like, it's that like button that you have in you where you're seeing the changes, and like internally is the most exciting to me, because what I say to you guys that one day, because we have a group chat going on.
Yeah.
With us. So I'm like, listen, dude, this weekend, like, remember all the mental. It's all mental. Yeah. It's all mental.
Weekends are the worst, bro.
Because those are the hard ones for me, anyways. Because I gotta I have weddings going on, or like, dude, I went to a wedding last week. I literally set up and I jumped on a fucking walk. Walks, came back, had my change of clothes, and it's a pain in the ass. But at the end of the day, we pretty much make it happen, because you have to make it happen.
You have to.
I did a workout on Friday night at like, dude, it was like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night, dude. I was like, all right, I gotta do this workout. Come on. So like, that's the thing. You just take people with you along the journey, and like, really, I don't know. So right now we have there's I think 5 of us doing it.
Yep.
No. My nephew just jumped on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's 6 of us now.
Yep.
6 of us now. And it's a good journey to be on together. You got to do it with somebody. And your health journey, I'm going to tell you, since I've been doing this, you got to jump on with someone to do it, because it makes it funner, more accountability.
Yep.
And this time around, what you're doing is you're actually posting on Facebook, bro.
I am.
And that's where the accountability piece comes in, right? So you're taking people along the journey, and I just give you props for that, because most people, once again, like when I quit drinking in 2021, bro, I didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it was almost like subconsciously trying to set myself up for failure. But like when you actually put people involved and you take them on a journey together.
Yep.
It's like
I'm so happy to have you on my journey, bro.
They're
and I'm happy to be with you on yours.
Dude, I love it, man. So yeah, 75 hard. We're gonna, we'll get through it together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's growing. So if you are interested in joining 75 hard, shoot us a message. You can email me at Off the Rails Podcast Studio. Jump on there. Like I said, it's just, we have some females also interested too. So it's not just guys, but girls as well. Just community of being better.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just community being better. So I appreciate your time today, man. We can talk about so many more subjects. I want to leave off with this picture though, because I'm super proud of you, man.
Thanks, brother.
I gotta tell you, dude. Like, it's funny because the guys that come in my life, they're a lot younger than me, and I feel like an old cat sometimes, but I still have the energy like a 25-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, I want to help you guys on your journey, because I feel like it's taking me longer. It's taking me longer. That makes sense?
I get you.
So like when I was, how old are you right now?
I am going to be 35 this year.
So 35, I was in a different point. So I'm like a couple exits ahead of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm gonna tell you what's helped me out along the journey. So let's look at Mr. Tony here. God, dude, this is an amazing picture. Look at that.
Man.
What do you think?
Crazy, bro.
So what do you think? What do you see when you go back? Go back. Go back. Dang, when was that picture taken?
So this one right here was just around last Christmas, when I was like really, really in my keto.
Yeah.
Like deep. I think I was at my lowest weight at that time, which was 343. That's been my lowest so far.
Dang. Hey, man, I'm proud of you, bro. You got to keep going, dude.
I appreciate
We're in this together. You're not alone, man. And we're going to come back on here and talk about some other stuff we got going on, and a lot of fun stuff. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We will talk to you next time. Bye.